Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video is going to be a quick short one, but we're going to just continue using some of the same products we had talked about before. So this time we're going to be using embossing paste, and then I have two different crackle pastes that we'll also be using. And I got, let me see, Dreamweavers, the light paste and the modeling paste, I think I'll save for next week's video. And the embossing paste and crackle paste, because they're very similar, I'll just talk about these right now. And with the embossing paste, whenever you go to apply it, think of it like frosting. Same thing really with the crackle. It's just the way that you're putting it on. It reminds me a lot of like when you're putting your icings and stuff on the cake. And we're going to be using these stencils, but we're going to start with this one right here on this chipboard. And only because we've used the embossing paste before, I'm just going to use the smaller little section of the tag. And it's hard to see because I know my white it's really bright, but it's really fluffy. I really like this embossing paste. Um, I'm going to put that to the side here, and then we're going to, like I said, on this one, because we've used it before in other projects, I'm just going to use a small section. And a lesson that I learned on this too was to make sure that your stencils are cleaned before you use them, because embossing paste and stuff like this can take on colors from other things. And of course, since it wasn't cleaned off, as I'm putting down the crackle paste and all these other pastes, they some of the color does bleed out. So my crackle paste, I'm finding it is a slightly different consistency. It's not as light and fluffy as the embossing powder, but it still goes on uh, in the same way, the same consistency, I guess I should say. And then I always try and clear off as much as I can. And when I go to the next section and do the next set of the embossing, the crackle paste, I just reline up the stencil one more time and then put it on the edge. And I was trying to make sure I didn't waste and use too much. So we're just going to apply this on. So when it comes to things like the crackle paste, it's important you can heat it up. In my opinion, I think it's really best to just let the crackle paste dry naturally. Just let it air dry. To me, that's when you get the best results, when you have that crackle paste. A lot of times when I'm doing videos and stuff like that, it's harder because you're wanting stuff to dry a little bit quicker so you can continue on. But if you have the time and the ability, let it dry. Now, I've done this multiple times on a lot of different videos, but as always, you can always color your embossing paste. You can color your crackle paste. Whatever texture you're using, all you have to do is add your color to a palette, this is just a white piece of paper that's been laminated, and then you mix it up. And you just keep mixing until you get it to the color that you're wanting. Now it was still looking a little light to me, so I laid down some more color. I was just using the Faded Jeans from the Distress Oxide line. And I'm just mixing and mixing until it looks like it's all blended through, and then it's ready for me to use. So I grabbed like a throwaway piece of chipboard, and I'm just going to use this crackle stencil to show you the difference in the colors, I guess you could say. So we have that. And then you can also use it on, obviously your regular papers. Just trying to grab the different stencils that I had that I showed you when we first started. And this is really good if you're trying to do like a mixed media card and, you just need a little bit of texture behind what you're going to be building up. That kind of stencil right there really does lend to that. And then I'm just really trying to use up the rest of the color. That's the reason why I grabbed one more and decided to use the same blue colored on a white sheet. And then there you have the crackled look on there. And then whatever's left over is not a whole lot. I just go ahead and clean off my palette knife. And then I'm going to bring everything else back out, move my palette. I'll get that cleaned up. And then here's everything after it's had time to sit and dry. And the crackle, like I said, the paste itself, it gives you dimension without making the paper or whatever the project is overly heavy. And then I'm trying to get up close here. See all the crackles? This is natural, just letting it dry over time, crackles in this crackle paste. And it is so awesome. It's really cool. The one on the end is the one from the particular, I think it's like Media brand. And that one we've gotten in one of our kits before. And then the Dreamweaver one is the one in the middle. And the cracks just give it that added aging look without having to do a whole lot. So that's why I like the crackle paste. And then I just wanted to show you real quick in the top piece, I was trying to use some of the black soot distress stain to see if I could emphasize the cracks in it. But a lot of times that's what you use the embossing paste for, and the crackle paste is like on your layouts or projects, is to add color to it so that way you can see contrast, have it really stand out. Excuse me. So there you have it. You have the crackle paste, the regular embossing paste, and then using those same items through different stencils, coloring it. Next time we'll look at the light paste and the modeling paste. Really and truly, they're very similar, but I've never used them. They're not something that I've used a whole lot, so it'll be fun just to see what happens when you use them with the stencils as well. So once again, thank you guys for joining. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button. Links to any of these products that I can find in the boutique will be down below. And make sure that you go to www.scrapbookingwithme.com. And when you exit or finish the shopping, just type in the coupon code TT15 to get an additional discount. Thanks again, you guys, and I hope you have a great day.